is NBC Nightly News with Brian Williams.
Good evening. The United States has decided to close its embassy and pull its people out of Syria because it's increasingly clear the Syrian government of President Assad has decided to escalate the crackdown on the citizens' uprising there. The UN Security Council tried to do something about it this past weekend, but they were blocked by 2 no votes from Syria's friends Russia and China. And now the world tries to figure out what to do while it's increasingly clear what's going on inside Syria. We begin our coverage with our own Ayman Mohyeldin, who just emerged from Syria.
Mortars raining down on the city of Homs, along with rockets and artillery fire. On the streets, even recovering dead bodies has become too dangerous for residents who say government snipers shoot to kill anyone who dares to step out. No place is safe, not even this makeshift clinic where people seek refuge and where doctors struggle to treat the injured. It too was hit.
All we want is help. We don't care how. We don't care if an army comes in. We don't care if the UN bombards Syria to rescue us. We just want help.
But there is no help. A United Nations Security Council resolution calling on President Assad to hand over power and begin a transition to a democratically elected government was vetoed Saturday by Russia and China in the face of international condemnation.
The international community must protect the Syrian people from this abhorrent brutality.
This is a doomed regime as well as a murdering regime.
Russia's foreign minister fired back, calling comments from the West, quote, indecent and bordering hysterics. Russia is a longtime ally and provider of arms to the Assad regime. In Syria, angry protesters burned Russian and Chinese flags.
It seems like the Syrian government is treating the Security Council vetoes as a green light to step up the violence, as a license to kill.
That's how many are explaining the sharp escalation of violence in Homs. The city has been under siege for days. Relentless bombardment has pushed the death toll to more than 300. Amateur footage not independently verified shows what the people of Homs are up against. Tonight, eyewitnesses report that Syrian tanks and soldiers are moving to other cities as well, a sign that similar attacks in other parts of the country could be imminent. Brian, 11 months into it, many are questioning how much longer the Syrian military will continue to fight the protesters. The Free Syrian Army, the opposition force that is fighting the Assad regime, says more defectors are joining its ranks, and it is looking for countries that are willing to supply it with more weapons. So an indication that this is going to get a lot more violent before it ends. Brian?
Ayman Mohyeldin with us tonight from Cairo. Ayman, thanks. Now more on what the world does now, and with us for that, our chief foreign affairs correspondent, Andrea Mitchell. Andrea, in this one city, this is being called, a bloody crackdown, an absolute massacre. We're forced to cover it through grainy, independent video, which takes away some of the vividness, but no less urgent.
It is urgent. It is horrific. The U.S. is so alarmed. Rarely have we ever heard the kind of anger, not couched in any kind of diplomatic language, from Susan Rice, the UN ambassador, on Saturday in a rare session. She was furious. She said she was disgusted. She repeated that today in our interview. She said she is disgusted that Russia is blocking this and is arming Syria, the Assad regime, propping up what she said is a dictator, a brutal dictator on its last legs. China is following Russia, but Russia is the main player. And now I think what you're going to see, she believes, is more civil war, that this is going to lead to more violence. And now the U.S. and others are going to have to end up arming the opposition quietly. They will not intervene. You're not going to see another Libya, because if they did intervene, Iran and others in the neighborhood would get involved. It would be a proxy war with Russia. That's just not going to happen.
So this could be a long haul yet to come.
A long, brutal, bloody haul.
Andrea Mitchell, thank you for that.